Pues nada, chavales, estábamos esperando a que se iniciara. Nuevo jueguito gratis y eso. Uf,
Ah, London. What a town. History around every corner and a tourist photographing it. Pubs serving up a pint and a smile. All that music, theatre and art. And multiculturalism.
vale,
The
chavales.
world's oldest underground, the Tube. The class of cities, really. Top shelf stuff. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Por la noche hay problemas. ¿Cómo no? Ya baja el puente, una lancha. No huele bien. Van a atacar eso.
What's our status?
Perimeter security's down, but plenty of your flying friends about.
Fucking hell.
Dalton, no time to waste.
Yes, ma'am.
Ubisoft presenta.
I'm in. Any idea what we're up against, Bagley?
If you haven't brushed off, I might. Ever consider leaving these security threats to the authorities?
That's rich, Bagley. The government would sooner arrest us for trying to help than actually do something useful.
Let us sort this one on our own.
Carefully, Dalton.
Bagley, are you detecting a little worry in Sabine's voice?
Brilliant. Asking the computer about feelings. This explains so much.
Shut it, you two, and get to work.
There she is.
No estaba hablando porque para que lo escuchaseis. Vamos a intentar poner las opciones dinámica en línea aquí, idioma y audio. Vale, pues lo vamos a poner en rojo los subtítulos para que lo veáis bien, chavales. Y ya está. Vamos.
That hurt you more than it hurt me.
Bueno, espérate, que estoy viendo que se ve peor. Lo a esto. Vamos a volverla a mirar. A poner en blanco y perfecto. Aquí hay algo. Vamos a abrir esto.
Do us a favor and keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them. How's that?
Such a disgrace.
Muy bien, chaval, ahí. Yo probando un nuevo juego. ¡Hostia! Oh, casi me ve. Neutralizar. Va. Ahí, chavales. Ya habéis visto. Tenemos que desbloquear esto.
Got loads of dead set gear down here. And why do you suppose that is?
What? How did they get their hands on it?
I don't know. But someone wants to make it look like DedSec was here.
You need to proceed with extreme caution, Dalton.
Aprender.
Who are these men in black anyway?
Nothing identifying. I suspect that's by design.
Vamos a abrir. Y nos vamos a ir. A ver, espérate, chavales.
Their profiles are heavily encrypted. No identifying information.
Ghosts in the system.
Oh, fuck me. The entire place is rigged to blow.
Jesus, those canisters. Bagley, is that...
RDX nitrogen. Enough to level Parliament.
Can you locate a detonator, Bagley?
Not exactly, but there's a device streaming a fuckload of encrypted data from the floor above you.
Yeah, that fits the bill. On my way. They've staged DedSec propaganda all around the bombs. These pricks are gonna blow up Parliament and hang it on us.
Not if you get to that detonator first.
Couldn't have gone far. Negative contact. Moving on. Keep your eyes open.
Bagley, is that not the detonator?
No, but it's a transmitter sending a signal to a device on the floor above us. Safe to assume that would be the detonator we're looking for.
No one here, and now can search the area. Don't get ambushed.
They're long gone. Tag local cameras, maybe they're on.
Vale, perfecto. Chavales, pues ya habéis visto. El juego está de puta madre. Voy a ver lo que me habéis escrito. One moment. Es que está en el directo que sigue ahí. Que es que estaba... No tenía esto. Voy a bajar el volumen. Ah, vale. Hola, Sergio. Vale, pues como está bien. Así, vamos a abrir. Hostia. Pues se ha abierto, ¿eh? Se ha abierto. Está guapo, está guapo. ¿Quién se haya unido ahí? Que hable, por favor.
Right in the House of Commons. Whoever these men in black are, they've got brass bollocks to set up in the centre of government.
Vamos a ver, chavales, lo que tenemos que hacer ahora.
I found the detonator. And it's definitely live. Bagley, I'm gonna need some help with this.
Yes, you are, but sadly I'm locked out.
Fuck.
Well, we don't have a chance without Bagley.
Wait, I might know a workaround. We trained in manual overrides at MI5.
You're full of surprises. Be quick about it.
All right, Bagley, do your thing.
I'm in. And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may complicate matters.
For fuck's sake. Can you defuse them or not?
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize it, so fair warning.
Expect this to draw some attention your way, Dalton.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Company at our back door. Dalton, we've got some heat here at HQ.
How long is this going to take, Bagley?
Depends how often you interrupt me with questions.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Vamos a necesitar ayuda.
Fuck.
They're on me. I'll try and hold them off.
Pues nada, chavales. Creo que nos vamos a tener que dar de tiro. Trampa.
Let's have a look around.
Bagley, update. Let's just say I'm both impressed and annoyed by how sophisticated this anti-tamper security is. Still working.
Bagley, tell me you're close.
I'm through security, now wading through terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Where's backup when you need it?
Fuera. Fuera. Si llevamos una MP5. Bueno. Vale, perfecto. Tira con la cabeza. Recargamos. Tira con la cabeza. Tira con la cabeza. Vámonos.
Problem, Dalton. I need your physical appendages now.
Hostia, hostia, hostia. Sí quedan balas, ¿no? Chavales. Seguimos. Espérate. Bueno, sí, seguimos.
What's wrong?
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
If this gets me blown up...
Bombs defused.
Vamos.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
Bagley, you bastard. You're gonna give me a bloody heart attack then. Whoa, what the fuck am I looking at?
It appears Parliament is not the only target. More bombs are going live as we speak.
On screen, Bagley.
Now we need to get the word out. Those sites need to be evacuated.
They're spread out all over London. There isn't any time.
But my sister's at the town conference. We have to do something.
I picked up a transmitter on the roof that is sending out a signal to the other bomb sites. If you can reach it...
I can shut it all down.
Hostia, chavales.
Sabine!
Fuck! Dalton, we're breached! Go! The roof!
Sabine, what's going on?
We're being raided. It's a bloodbath. Her protocol is to wipe everything, including Bagley.
I need him for the transmitter.
I know, but if they get him, they get everything. Names, ops, locations.
Okay, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe him.
Yes, wipe me.
Do it, Sabine, and get the hell out of there.
Fuck. Okay, Bagley's down. You're on your own. Dalton, if this goes...
It won't. I'll see you at the rally point.
Piratear.
I promise.
Descargar. Tiraco. ¿Habéis visto, no, chavales? Así es como te carga aquí a la gente. De un tiro a la cabeza y fuera. Vamos para arriba. Esa es la señal que da todas las bombas.
Well done, Dalton Wolf. I'm impressed.
The fuck are you?
Oh, you still think you're here to save London? I'm afraid that's not going to happen. You're here to help us with some important work.
Important work? Killing thousands of people?
Exactly. To save the world. You do know Londoners have died before, hmm? The plague, the Great Fire, the Blitz. It's not much fun. But destruction is always the cure. And it begins today. 0 day. It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my god.
Ha morido.
A series of explosions devastated 3 sites in London. Authorities are asking residents to remain in their homes as the situation continues to develop. We have received no official casualty total, but it is expected.
Mourners gathered for a series of candlelight vigils that brought closure to thousands of families and indeed to an entire city. London is now laser-focused.
Day at 10 Downing Street, where Nigel Cass, CEO of private military company Albion, received a mandate to secure London. Cass has vowed to hunt down DedSec, terrorist group responsible. Albion used cutting-edge artificial intelligence systems and autonomous drones to capture the remaining members of DedSec. A stark warning to would-be insurgents.
Corporations are posting record profits due to increased efficiencies in production and distribution, enabled by the use of technologies initially developed and approved for security purposes.
Overdue cleanup as crime numbers take a dive. Illegal gambling, drug trafficking and prostitution all down following prosecutions of the leaders of 4 of London's 5 largest criminal syndicates. The streets of Camden,
as Albion's mandate is extended indefinitely by the government, life finally begins to return to normal. Curfews and travel restrictions have been lifted in all boroughs, thanks to deployment.
News outlets' reports of rioting in Trafalgar Square have been greatly exaggerated, possibly by foreign meddlers pushing a false narrative through social media. Albion is in complete control of
reprimand the public about the circulation of fake news, conspiracy theories persisting in dark corners of the internet that terrorist group DedSec were framed for the bombings have been roundly rejected. Our own reporters could not find a single Londoner willing to expound those theories on camera. The facts simply any other story.
I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone.
Vale,
Let me break
perfecto.
into London CTOS.
Lo bueno es que
and see
lo
who's
tengo
playing.
vinculado con Ubisoft.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in.
Oh.
Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colours. It's terrifying to think we harboured such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London, like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone. They're all in on it. The government, Albion, Sirs, Bloom, Sky Bloody Larson, and all the way up to Downing Street. They want to keep us scared.
A ver, chavales.
Situation is worse than I thought. Ah, but there's a candidate.
Queda una persona.
Looks like you're DedSec's best hope.
Ya queda esta que tiene un coche. Es este
Glad
mi
to see
coche.
you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
Fine.
This is London Calling. You're listening to me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. This time we're turning our focus back on the media to look at my former employer, the GBB. As we know, the broadcaster has been through a lot of changes since the Hassani government gave in to pressure from its corporate backers and privatised the corporation. Today, the GBB is a shadow of its former self. Become a tool used by the government to circulate fake news and misinformation. So how do we get there? Where did it all go wrong? How can we tell when a national medium becomes state propaganda? Our experts speak in conditions of anonymity for their own safety. Here's disinformation and media expert Charles, who's seen free broadcasters built up by journalists and torn down by Democrats all over the world.
So before the media fragmented, there was a voice of authority that was trusted and worthy of trust. Then what we ended up with is a really commercial model where whether you're talking about an app on a smart device or whether you're talking about a broadcaster, the most important thing is to keep you in that environment for the longest amount of time possible. Because that meant money in your pocket. And in order to do that, a couple of things happened. One was the use of manipulated techniques around behavioral economics, things that would just keep you scrolling or keep you listening or keep you looking for more information. The second is that kind of environment favors sensationalism. And so you got more sensational headlines and more sensational stories, and it didn't matter whether they were true or not. It just kept people in, it kept them in the loop. So we ended up in a situation where nobody trusted anything, and nobody anything at all. And that
Auto
is
drive now
the
enabled.
perfect environment for an authoritarian
Auto drive now
to come in and
disabled.
say, no, wait, we are the truth. So the ground for this environment really got created when we had suddenly authoritarian politicians everywhere.
Pues ya estoy viendo,
Anything
chavales.
that threatened them or they disagreed with, they would call it disinformation. That's
Ya me encargo yo.
disinformation. That's fake news. And again, we got in a situation where nobody really believed anything. And the trouble is, if you were telling the truth, it's very hard to get your message to cut through all of the noise of all of the disinformation that's there. So like, you know, you remember Out on the Edges, there was this story about when they would take a house by force, they would take any infants and they would crucify them. And that's a great, fantastic, viral story. And how do you counter that story? With the truth. The only way you can counter it is by saying, no, they didn't. And of course, no one wants to spread that story. No one wants to hear that story. They want to hear the sensationalism. They want to hear how people were victims of violence when in fact they weren't. Or they were victims of insurgent forces when in fact they weren't.
The news isn't neutral, it's a battleground. Here's media research for anti-community.
The media has, of course, been perhaps the key way in which governments have controlled and influenced their populations. So, totalitarian countries have typically used huge mainstream media outlets to sell one kind of news, one kind of biased news to its population. Of course, the media has always
Esto no es lo mío, la verdad, chavales. La conducción en este juego no es lo mío.
Concerning where you previously, in pre-crisis Britain, we had perhaps more diverse voices in the media, but now
Espérate.
the GDP, you're really only seeing one brand of news, and therefore only getting one truth.
Quiero este coche.
There was, of course, many concerns,
Puto Maserati.
but in a way there was some
Ah, que puede estar robando los coches cuando tú quieras y cuando yo quiera, ¿no?
And so you do have kind of far-right media outlets developing and then left-wing media
Bueno,
outlets
chavales,
developing to combat those.
pues ya sabéis que importa que veamos una moto. La moto no la quedamos.
Radios and make sure people were questioning the validity and truth of the information.
No sé ni yo cómo llegar a mi destino, pero vale, hemos llegado. Bueno, esta mierda en moto la verdad que no me la voy a quedar.
Suspicious and skeptical of information and makes us question the information we're getting. And I think in pre-crisis Britain it might not have seemed great at the time, but there was something positive about that there was a lot of distrust in the media and in the different kinds of truths that were being told, whereas now I think we're seeing a return to a more traditional and older pre-digital state.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
I'm not thrilled about getting my hands dirty, but I suppose one does what one must.
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs later then.
In for a penny.
Pues nada, chavales. Hemos llegado a la sede, chavales.
A dank, pitch-black cellar. Just what I was hoping for.
Vamos, chavales. Enchufado.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optics, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
I'm with Sabine. Who the hell are you, and why do you sound like a mobile phone?
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been... There we are.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point...
Ah, that's it. I'm reconnected to the network, downloading our database, news archives, and... Oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London.
Aquí dentro.
Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
So, Bagley, if not DedSec, then who was behind the bombings?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton... Well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb
Hay
apart.
otro.
I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call. Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
My God. How'd you survive?
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
There aren't many DedSec fans in London these days. Look, I want to help, I do, but joining up with you now verges on suicidal.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Fine. But you owe me.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house.
Aquí hay algo. Me acaban de dar una pistolita, si no me equivoco.
There are essential items in your DedSec kit.
Una pistola. Los puntos de tecnología. Datos. Tecnología.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
I'll be right down. Could use the warm-up.
Vamos a hacer un entrenamiento, chavales.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy. You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. Nice one. You're getting it. Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance. Yes! Nice one! That's it!
Pues ya sabemos cómo darnos de hostia, chavales.
Right. Gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
We have some...
Bueno, chaval, vamos a salir de ahí. Que no lo pide el juego. No sé qué tendremos que hacer, la verdad. Como estoy viendo, el juego está bien. 43 minutos.
All right, Sabine, what's our plan?
Make no mistake, London.
I told you I haven't done anything. Now leave me alone.
Get a hold of yourself.
Oh, thought you were an...
No.
Suggestions?
We have a CTOS backdoor already, but all the reports are anonymized. If you want to know who's targeting our friend, get me a hardline into a government server.
Good.
Aquí hay una
I'll
moto,
get you
pero...
that data. Forward me the coordinates.
Está guapa y eso.
Who the bleep is Alice? I am not going to tell you that, but you can just sort of sense it from the timbre of my voice.
Let's spin the wheel and find out where we're getting today's news from. Here, it's coming from here. I must get a new wheel from at least one other place on it. And the headline today, Alice, our borders are
out of the way,
safe. We can all sleep easy in our well-bordered beds. 4,000 illegals were deported last month. These illegal people breaking the law.
Qué guapa, tío.
By
Me parece
existing,
esta.
legality is contagious. It can osmose through your skin just by standing next to it. And so we've got rid of 4,000 of them. My question for you, Alice, is why only 4,000? Is that really enough? I will not feel safe until at least another 75 million people have been deported from this country, and I'm here in Britain on my own.
As a bleeding heart lefty, Andy, I would normally be outraged about this, but really I think mass deportation is a very handy way to break up with a partner. I'm sorry, baby, I love you, but an anonymous source has reported you for snoring really loudly in a French way.
So everyone out, no exceptions. Alice, not even you. It's for the good of the country. Everyone out, unless you can prove that your family are in the background on the Bayeux Tapestry, cheering on King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Get out! Actually, that's not British enough. Unless you can show, unarguably, that your direct bloodline is untainted by anything since before the Romans. Actually, scratch that. Unless your direct ancestor was personally responsible for building Stonehenge, get out of my country.
Someone's shooting! I've had enough! Stop now!
I guess when you look...
Albion have established an operational base in the Royal Court of Justice.
First they take over the justice system, then they move in. So much for rule of law.
Exactly. But it likely means there's information here about how Albion are targeting dissenters, the who and the why. We need that data if we're going to disrupt their operation.
Position is there. Check it out. Moving in. This area is being...
Bagley, what do we have?
A list of what Albion consider high-value targets that are threats to the peaceful running of London. See here, a journalist, and this one runs a community shelter. Good God, bar your doors.
What the hell?
All suspected of sowing rebellion or exhibiting tendencies towards... Albion is systematically arresting people even before they rise up. Joke's on them. This list can actually help us find like-minded allies willing to help us. Well done. Now, let's disrupt some of Albion's propaganda and give some hope to the people.
Hello, resistors. This is the bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. Okay, fires don't burn in vacuums. It's a little novelty thing, it's like shedding the flame, but it's something. It is something to cling to. Joining me, as always, is Alice. And Alice, hold the front page. Technology apparently is here to stay. There's no way around that now. Much as I'd like to go back to the 18th century and see if there's the Industrial Revolution.
Hostia, chavales. La hostia que me metí yo. Oh.
Let's find this wanker.
Mucho poquito daño, niña.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech sector is killing 4,000 will immediately be taken.
Lo recomiendo esto.
No one in their right sane mind would actually want to do, but that's the price of progress.
No. Vela. Espérate. Vamos a caer esto. Quiero pastuki. Hop. Pa' mí. Si no... In the banco, ¿no? Tenemos que entrar. Aquí, ¿no?
Possible suspects or suspects reporting your location. Get a lockdown on that vehicle.
Stand by for further developments.
Right, close this fucker down.
Suspect is not going quietly. Stand by.
Those Albion pricks putting their ugly stamp on everything. It makes me sick just looking at it.
There's going to be that much less once you're done here. Let's give Camden a break from these eyesores.
On it.
No tenemos menos puntería que España. Oh, estoy súper trabajo. Tenéis que tener mucha puntería, a la hora de disparar en este juego. Corre, 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 corre. No. A ver, chavales. Tenemos que recibir el menos daño posible. No estamos dando cuenta, ¿no, chavales? Vamos a durar aquí más poco que nunca.
Those Albion pricks putting their ugly stamp on everything. It makes me sick just looking at it.
There's going to be that much less once you're done here. Let's give Camden a break from these eyesores.
On it.
Tenemos que disparar a la cabeza, chavales. Perfecto. Ah, chaval. No. No. Si es que... Pues no, chavales. Yo otro día me pasa esto que no sé cómo va. Si os quiere, chavales. Si os quiere.